So today, we're gonna have a look at a very cool Minecraft mod called Recordable, which adds an OBS-like recording system to Minecraft. Which means this mod allows you to record Minecraft gameplay, which includes both video and even audio from your microphone if you want, so that you can use these clips to either share them with your friends or maybe upload them to YouTube. So let me show you what it's all about, but before we do that, do make sure to double check if you're a sub to the channel. The vast majority of my daily viewers are not actually subscribers, and you can change that. If you could just double check if you're actually subscribed, I would appreciate that so extremely much. So Recordable is available on Modrinf. A link can of course be found in the description down below. It is available for Fabric and, as of right now, the latest version of Minecraft. And this mod allows you to record your game. Now in certain aspects, this mod kinda reminds of something like Flashback. You know, the immensely popular mod to create cinematic shots. Recordable is a bit simpler. It doesn't have a whole built-in editor. Instead, it just allows you to record your game and record your audio, just like how a program like OBS would be able to do it. So let's have a look. We're simply gonna download the latest version for Fabric. Make sure to include the Fabric API as well, as it is a dependency. And after that, when we boot the game, on the main menu, you should see a little record icon here on the right side. If you see that, it has been successfully installed and you're good to go. Now after this, we're simply gonna join a single player world. And after doing that, it will prompt you to install FFmpeg. Now this name you may recognize because it is also required if you want to use the replay mod. Another very popular recording mod for Minecraft, also mostly specialized in the creation of cinematic shots. But we need it here too, and the download is really simple. All you have to do is click on download FFmpeg, and after that it will tell you exactly what it's gonna do. So it can download FFmpeg for you without you having to go to a separate website, downloading it and manually placing it in a folder. The mod will do that for you. It will actually tell you what trusted source it's downloading it from. You can read through all of this if you want or get more information here. In my case, I'm just gonna click on download FFmpeg and there we go. It is gonna download. We just gotta wait for a bit, and before we know it, our encoder is installed and we can start actually recording Minecraft and using this mod. And there it is! Now after doing this, we're basically good to go to record our game. So let's have a look at the settings. When you click on F12 on your keyboard, it will open up the Recordable menu, as I like to call it. Over here you can see all the recordings that you've made. You can sort them in different ways, you can refresh the page if something is not loading, but from here we can also access the settings. And inside of settings we can change everything about this recording, in the same way that we're able to do in OBS. So over here we can change the video output. So currently we are recording in MP4, which overall is a great and very compatible format. But if you want something that is less prone to break, for example in the case that your Minecraft crashes, you might want to change it to MKV. Then the resolution is currently set to 1080p, but we could also set it to, for example, native, which then is the resolution of your screen. Then we can change the quality, we can change the FPS, we're even able to change our encoder. So currently we're using a software encoder for X264. But if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, for example, you could also use that NVIDIA graphics card for the encoding, which, if your card is powerful enough, is highly recommended. There's also an AMD mode for those with an AMD card. There's even an Intel QuickSync option. This may be useful for some people. You know who you are. The encoder here, I would not touch. Is what we just downloaded, and that's generally the one that we want to use, so just keep it as it is. We can even change the bitrate here. I'm not gonna go too much into detail on what good settings are, but the fact that you can change all of these settings, that is great. Now there are also a bunch of settings when it comes to audio. So you can choose if you want audio to be captured, yes or no. In this case they mean in-game audio, but down here you're also able to capture your microphone audio. And then here on the right side you can even select your mic. You can see a bunch of Elgato stuff there. That's because I'm using a Wave XLR for my microphone, but the default option should be alright. Over here we can also change the game volume and the microphone volume. So you probably want to set the game volume a bit lower, maybe to 50. 50 and then your microphone volume a bit higher, at least if you want to record something where your voice is kind of important. You can even delay the audio if you want. This mod is very customizable. Then when we scroll further down, you have some general settings, for example the path where your recording should be written to. You can also enable or disable the overlay. You will see what that's about in a little bit. And you can even set a max file size. Then we here have a bunch of settings when it comes to recording and appearance. You can even change the position and the color of certain aspects of the mod. You can add a watermark / a branding. There is a streamer mode. There is a lot going on and there are so many settings, which is incredible. Now we're not going to go over every single individual setting. Let me just show you what this mod is about. So by default, when we click on the minus icon on our keyboard, we will start a recording. I do quickly want to say, if you go to options and then controls, then keybinds, and you scroll down to the bottom, this is where you can actually see what all of the different keybinds are. Depending on what kind of device you're on, they may be different, and depending on what mods you have installed, you may want to change them. But by default, toggle recording is minus. So we simply click that, and there we go. The recording has started. We are currently recording Minecraft. You can see I'm currently recording in 60 FPS. We've had 0 drops so far. The size of the file is slowly increasing, and you can also see the resolution that I'm recording at. It is now recording in-game video and audio, and if you properly set up your microphone, it will record your microphone as well. Now personally, I feel very little performance impact of me actually running this inside of Minecraft. Everything seems to still work smooth. It may be a little bit more laggy, but to be fair, I'm currently recording the same screen twice. Once with OBS, which is what I actually use for my recordings for YouTube, and then also once inside of Minecraft. So my PC is double encoding right now, but it seems to handle it just fine. Very cool stuff. Now, as soon as you're done recording, you can simply click on the minus icon again, and there we go. The recording has been stopped. And it has now been successfully saved. It's an MKV file, so how can we now view it? Well, that's rather easy. We're just gonna press on F12 again, and this will now show us that recording. There we go, recordable. This is the time and date I've recorded it at. This is the file size and the duration. And what we can now do is simply play it. Yes, we can click on play and then on open video. And there we go, the video opened up and I can now just see the recording which I've just made. The quality looks pretty alright. Probably set the bitrate a bit higher if I would use this for YouTube, but for just sharing a clip with your friends, this is more than fine. I love how simple this is to do. You don't need to frick around with another program. If you just want a simple clip, then this is great. Now, something which I would highly recommend is absolutely turn off the overlay. You see this recording overlay in the top left? That's nice when you're in game, but you don't really want it in your recording. So you probably want to turn that one off, especially if you're gonna use this video for anything professional. But when you enjoy your video and you want to actually use it for something or share it with someone, you can just click on open recording folder, which will then do exactly that. And there it is. You got your video file, which you can now use for anything. Now, if you want to make sure you don't accidentally delete this video, you can click on protect, which will then make it so that deletion is not possible. From here, you can also copy the path, which is nice and simple to do. So now you can just paste the path inside of Windows Explorer and then you will find the video immediately. And if we eventually do feel like deleting this video, it is a matter of clicking on delete and there we go, it is gone. Now, something which is pretty cool to point out is that there is actually an auto clip trigger, which means that we can make it so Recordable automatically starts recording when a certain thing happens. For example, on achievement, which means as soon as you get an achievement, it will automatically start recording. It can also start recording on def, on dimension, which likely means dimension switch, then on boss kill, just general kill, and on player kill. And it will then make a 30-second clip. What I just showed you is mostly how to use Recordable if you want an OBS-like experience inside of Minecraft, but if you simply want a program that auto clips important parts of your playthrough, then Recordable is an amazing option as well. And all of these auto clips you can then also just easily share with your friends. And that is basically everything. It is a very simple mod for Minecraft that allows you to record your screen just like you would be able to do with an external recording program. It doesn't allow you to make crazy cinematic shots like you're able to do with Flashback or Replay, but if you just want something simple that records your game and captures important parts of your Let's Play, then Recordable may be an interesting choice for you. And with that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to sub to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.